Let's start by introducing, I'm introducing myself. I'm Karthik, also known as KJ in the organization. Uh, I'm Karthik. I'm from the DG marketing team, and I'm an engineer and MBA by qualification, a salesman by profession, and a gamer by passion. So that's more or less about me. I would want Suprita to.
Yeah, so a warm welcome first of all, and a warm good afternoon to each one of you thank you for taking the time out to join us today on this beautiful afternoon. My name is Suprita Gonsalves. I basically lead the growth team at Extra Edge. For the last almost 14 years, I have been playing multiple roles. I have been a salesperson, I have been an entrepreneur, I have also been a pilot, and it's been an exciting journey, and also have had several close relations experiences in the education segment, and I'm super thrilled to share those experiences and learnings with all of you today.
All right, today's topic is playbook for mastering admissions. We'll be discussing on how to increase admissions the right way.
All right, just to give you a quick intro of Extra Edge as well, we are a marketing and admission automation platform. For the last 5 years, we have been trusted by over 300 institutions and over 8,000 counselors. We today automate the processes, the admission processes. We digitize the entire admission and help you to increase and predict admissions as well. We have been working closely with institutions across the globe, and we are super excited to share the learnings that we have had and help you to resolve your challenges as well that you could have been facing as part of the admission team at any institution today across the globe.
So today in this webinar, we'll be talking about the top challenges faced by every counseling team that's there out in the market. Most of the colleges today, they have admissions teams, they have calling teams. So they will be like calling prospects or leads or students, that is, and talking to them, right? So we'll be addressing most of the challenges that are being faced by these teams, and also we'll be talking about like some of the few feedbacks that we get, while we are working on a day-to-day basis, and also how to overcome these challenges, and how do these challenges impact the daily lives of our teams, like the admissions teams per se, right? And also along with this, I'm just releasing a initial poll, like the first poll. Kindly do participate as we move ahead.
So as you release the poll, KJ, I would also want to quickly add on that yes, challenges exist, right? And this is one of the fundamental facts and truths. There are going to be challenges because we are in an environment which is super fast evolving with technology. Today, we will focus upon what are these challenges. Many of you already know what these challenges are. We'll also talk about how do these impact you, and most important and most exciting, how do you overcome these challenges, right? How do you fight them? How do you solve them? How quickly can you go about doing this? What is the process? What are the stages? How do you kind of choose products, or can a technology help you solve these challenges, and so on and so forth? So it's a pleasure, KJ, to be hosting along with you in this, and I think we have been working very closely for quite some time as well. I'm sure you, being a person who does a lot of calls yourself, you also have a lot of experiences that you can share with the audience today. So yes, we can quickly jump in and get started.
So what is this webinar about? Like, why are we not able to fill seats? I would want Suprita to talk about the possible reasons why we're not able to do that.
Okay. So as I was sharing earlier, I think there are a lot of challenges, KJ, right? I have personally worked with over 50 admission teams as well myself, and yes, the challenges are of different types. There are different varieties. As I explained, you also have a set of poll which is live right now. You can go ahead and given your valuable inputs as well. This will also help us to kind of help you solve these problems. So as I was sharing, yes, challenges are also of various types. The first and most important thing is to be able to understand the problem. There's a saying that if you've understood the problem, it is half solved, right? So it's important for you to kind of realize that the process of admission, where does the challenge lie? That's the first thing. The second thing is to evaluate what are the different ways of going ahead and solving this challenge, or going to the root cause of it, right? Now, this becomes very critical, because many a times we look at the problem at the surface and jump into solving it. We may not solve it completely. So broadly, if I have to categorize this, KJ, right, there are three parts to many of the challenges faced by admission team. The first part is lead generation. I do not have enough inquiries to meet my admission targets or intake. That's the first part of it, where you need to have enough awareness in the market, enough people approaching you or contacting you, being interested in your college as well, right? You generate those inquiries. The second broad area is being able to convert those inquiries. It's not enough that I spend X amount of money and generate Y amount of inquiries, right? Or student leads. I also have a process of having counselors, having telecallers, who will then convert these into an admission. This is the second core area. And in this area is what we will largely focus on. At the same time, this is the area which is very, very rapidly evolved in the last 20 years. If you look at how we took admissions ourselves in a particular college 20 years, 15 years, 10 years ago, for that matter, right? There was word of mouth. We could physically walk into a college within the vicinity of our city or within the state. We would meet the principal, accounts, make the payment, and we're about done. This is how traditionally admissions have happened. But is that the same today? It's dead opposite. And you'll have to agree that the Generation Z, the way they seek admission, they have all the information. It's completely changed. So this second process, where you need to engage, nurture these students, give them right information, and then help them or navigate them towards choosing the right college for their career. There's the second area where challenges could be broadly categorized into. And the third is the brand itself. How old, how good, what's the quality of education, what are the facilities, and so on and so forth. For many a times, for admission teams, I may not control the last aspect, because that is more towards the entire organization. It's dependent on the university or the college. But then I do control the first and the second part extremely closely, right? That the conversion part of it is in my vicinity of KRA. So in this case, and also the focus today, we will cover a lot more things around the lead conversion or getting quality admission part of it. I would highly recommend for each of you to, drop your questions in the Q&A section. I'm sure you have a lot more questions also regarding any of these areas, and I will attempt my best to kind of answer them today along with KJ. So feel free to drop in your questions. Make sure you drop your questions into the Q&A window and not in the chat window, because it might get lost.
Okay, as you rightly said, Suprita, we face a lot of challenges while we're working on our day-to-day jobs, right? So, I would like to discuss or touch upon some of the major challenges faced by admissions teams today. Having an experience of so I do a lot of inbound calls, I do a lot of calls, right? And I talk to a lot of people from different admission teams. It could be like a director of admissions, or the head counselor, or normal counselors also, for that matter. So I've collated a list of the major problems that arise during my calls with them. So also I would want to touch upon a story, or a case rather, right? One of the cases, I was talking to one of very prominent engineering college from Kochi, Kerala. So what they were doing is they were using Excel sheets, and Excel sheets for maintaining a lot of leads that come in through. So they had a different Excel for let's say all the leads that are coming from Facebook, and all the leads that are coming from the website, and also the calls or walk-ins or whatever they were getting. They had a separate Excel for each of them. Right. So while doing this, when you're maintaining different Excel sheets, there can be a lot of lead leakage, right? I mean, right. When one particular counselor is maintaining one Excel sheet of say Facebook, and another counselor is maintaining a Excel sheet for walk-ins or inquiries that you're getting from calls, that is. So when a supervisor is collating all this information, so there could be chances where some part of the Excel is not considered, or it was missed out. So there could be a lot of lead leakage. So and plus like it's also possible that like me being a student, like if I'm eyeing one particular college, so I go check their Facebook page out, I go check their website out, right? I mean, so if I'm really interested in that college, I'll probably like fill in the list which is there in the website, and also fill in the list which is there in the, or like somehow get in contact with the college through Facebook or things like that. So what happens is like me KJ, it will come to the supervisors, or the Excel will have two KJs, or two different Excels will have like KJ and KJ. So that's not really, I mean, like that's not what you want basically as an admission team, right? I mean, when you have the same lead coming to at two different Excel sheets, so it becomes like a tedious task for the supervisor or the admin to like maintain it. Like, so if you can help us, like these all of this leads to lead leakage, and also the
Right.
data is
Absolutely.
scattered here and there everywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
I think you've touched on a very critical point. I think traditionally we have had a lot of resistance to technology, and
right,
that's where there is a potential habit that we kind of follow the processes. But as I shared earlier, it's important for us to understand the environment around us has completely changed, and it's important for any institution to quickly adapt to that change. The survival of fittest rule plays largely here, because if you're not adapting to the technology, the world is going to leave you behind. You just get left behind. That's about it. So rightly said, one of the core aspects what I've also seen is follow-ups, right? Many a
right,
time when you're doing these tasks on Excel or on paper, I cannot run through every single inquiry when I have, say, 2,000, 5,000 inquiries, and see which parent requested for a callback when. And that's one of the key areas. And in sales jargon, it is also proven that maximum number of conversions are missed because of no follow-up.
right.
Follow-up plays a extremely critical role in ensuring that you optimize and get the maximum admissions out of your inquiries. So I think this is one of the most critical things, and we will undoubtedly quickly, I'm sure you're all excited and waiting to know how to solve these. Quickly, touch upon that as well. The other
Also, I would like to add one more small thing, like about follow-ups you were saying, right? I mean, so when you're maintaining different sheets, and if the counselors are working on, say, shifts, right? I mean, like, so me being like my name which is appearing in two different places, like two different counselors might call me, right? So
absolutely
because I've filled in at two different places, so me, when I see that this ABC particular college is calling me, like one person has called me, second person has called me, and the third person is calling me again. At that time, I will feel that the institution is becoming very needy. They really want me, so it doesn't really look nice for the admissions teams
right,
per se,
right,
right? So yeah, I just wanted to add that like while you were
right,
talking. So you
absolutely.
can go ahead, Suprita.
Right. So basically, to quickly add, I would want to kind of ask the audience. We have listed some more challenges which are faced commonly by admission teams, right? Which is tracking the returns on investment. I'll cover a bit more on this later. Tracking the ROI, whether the marketing ROI or the sales ROI or overall brand, quality index. You could look at tracking the analytics, the end-to-end process. How many inquiries did I get? How many walk-ins was I able to generate? How many applications was I able to convert them into? Tracking this or getting a visibility across this. Also, due to the lockdown and pandemic, we have had a lot of remote work. Students have stopped traveling in the last couple of years. It's a known fact. Earlier, it's not like how it used to be earlier, where the student kind of comes in for a campus tour. It doesn't happen anymore. So, how many of you face challenges like this? I would just want to quickly hear from the audience. Do you have challenges like these, or do you have challenges outside of this? A quick yes on the chat window would kind of help us as I quickly move on. You can also share other challenges that you might be facing as a team, and that would help me to kind of, yes, great, awesome. We have quite a number of people who say
Many
that
yeses.
they have these challenges. Brilliant. That's great. Excited, and I would definitely want to jump into quickly, how do we solve these challenges for you, and what are the impacts thereafter as well. So one of the quick things to add on before we get into the next topic is, KJ, you mentioned about how Excel or being on Excel is one of the aspects, right? That is a phenomena, but or a process which leads to a lot of other challenges as well. Now, there is a huge resistance, is what we have seen as a a tech company working in the segment for the last 5 years, we see there is a lot of resistance from teams to kind of adopt to something new. By default, resist to change. We don't want something new. We feel, as human beings, we feel very, very intuitively, opposing towards, resistant towards something new or something that's changing. One of the things that we did at Extra Edge, when we started out 5 years ago, we spoke to a lot of admission counselors and admission teams, and we realized that one of the things that that a team looks forward to is having something very simple. And our product, the way it is designed, is meant for somebody who's a first time user of a CRM, and also meant for counselors who use Excel, because it's easier for them to transit. Our product, the entire product, looks like an Excel. It's more of a replica of an Excel sheet, and to some extent Facebook, the way Facebook looks. Now, any person today has used these two products, Excel and Facebook, and they're most comfortable with these two products, right? And that's what we have tried to duplicate in the CRM as well. I would want to quickly showcase a glimpse of the CRM.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Can you just quickly show us a little bit? Sure. It'll be really nice. Yeah, thank you.
I'll do that. So I think, Nikhil, if you can allow me to screen share. Yeah. So, it's important that an institution, while wanting to solve these problems, right, looks at the best way to kind of make it smoothly ease into the transition, because the transition, which is extremely on the other side of change, right, is also chaotic for any organization, because admission is a very strong revenue driven process altogether. So yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Nikhil. So just to quickly give you a glimpse of Extra Edge CRM, as you can see, we have rows and we have columns, which is very, very dynamic. And for a counselor to quickly shift from an Excel sheet to Extra Edge CRM becomes extremely easy. We also, to add on to that, give a lot of training and ground level support to admission teams to kind of quickly get on to using Extra Edge and thereby seamlessly doing this. The second core aspect of what we discussed is lead leakage. As a technology or a CRM by default, what a CRM does is automatically connects to all of your sources, be it your website, your Facebook, could be Shiksha, College Dunia, and then thereafter accumulates and automatically captures all the leads to the CRM, thereby helping you to stop the manual entry, taking your time, which could be a huge amount. It will also help you to be able to track the conversions as well. Touching on the third point of follow-up, again, as I said, most of the admissions or conversions are lost because of zero follow-up or minimal follow-ups, right? Again, which is very difficult on an Excel or maybe on a sheet of paper. Now, in this case, one of the things what a CRM brings to you is a beautiful calendar in which a counselor can quickly look at what are the kind of, so a calendar which tells you what are the follow-ups that are due, when you're supposed to call that student. And also you can plan your day, you can plan what are the follow-ups that are due for a particular day, if you have missed a particular set of follow-ups, and if you have completed a few set of follow-ups as well. So having a good, powerful CRM will help you to organize these and also ensure that you do not miss a single follow-up thereafter.
So next, like we've discussed about the problems, but like let's discuss a little about how these problems are impacting your team's daily lives, right? So what basically happens is when you face these problems on a day-to-day basis, right, your admission numbers start going down, like your poor admissions and quality of admissions basically, right? I mean, already you don't have admissions, your admissions are going down because of all these problems, or there are hindrances like to your daily processes. So after that, like the quality of admissions also go down, and when the quality of admissions go down, the team is unhappy, right? When the team is unhappy, the team basically, like, if I enjoy work, if I enjoy coming to office every single day, but then like if I'm not enjoying, if I don't have the motivation to come to office, what will I do? I'll probably start looking for another job. So that leads to attrition, like when your team is unhappy. And all of these like can be a reason, like, when you're facing challenges at your workplace, like you will directly, like, try to look for another job. Because why? Because you're not able to convert. Your conversion ratios are going down. You have poor number of admissions, and ultimately what happens is, like the company is investing on you also as an employee, right? I mean, this just leads to like
Right.
wasted resources. And later it doesn't, I mean, like you don't have a feel good factor about coming to college or coming to the office per se, as like uh
Right.
it's just that, like, so.
Yeah. I think KJ, that is true for every single person out there as well, and especially for somebody
Even
who's
other
worked in
industries.
other industries as well. That's absolutely right. So important, right? Now that we know what is the impact that it is creating on each of us, of course, how do we overcome this is
Yeah.
one of the prime aspects that I'm sure that to deliberate. As I told earlier, it is very important to kind of understand now the challenges are not the same for everyone. um, each institution based in different location, tier 3, tier 2, metro city, the kind of quality of students you draw, the age of the institution, what is the budget that you have. In many cases, there's a constrained budget. I may not enjoy the leeway of budgets like big institutions do. So your challenges could be very unique, right? Your challenges is very hyper local as well. In these cases, it's important to understand the challenge first. Many a cases we have seen admission team not being able to understand the challenge itself. This is where a powerful CRM can help you to analyze and draw insights to be able to make quick decisions based on where your challenges are and how to overcome them very, very quickly as well. Right. So it's very important that you understand the challenge, you navigate the challenge accordingly. To answer this question, I think there is a simple one line answer that I will want to give. How do you overcome any challenge pertaining to lead conversion? How do you increase or up your conversions? How do you engage more? How do you do? It could be something to move from SMS to WhatsApp, right? That can be a very, very powerful move at the end of the day. How do you do these things? The one single answer that I would want to give the audience today is invest in a good education focused CRM. This is one of the prime aspects which can help you to solve many of your conversion associated challenges, not your lead generation, not really a brand associated challenge, but primarily your lead conversion associate. It could be lead engagement. It could be making sure that follow-up happens. It could be communicating effectively. One aspect is that I have sent the SMS, email, WhatsApp, right? But then has it really reached the student? Has the student opened that email? Has he received that email or not? Strategically moving towards utilizing WhatsApp. A CRM integrated WhatsApp is going to be a very, very big advantage for an institution, where you can also today look at automating the entire WhatsApp as well. I'm sure many of you have already started receiving a lot of messages on WhatsApp from Make My Trip, Big Basket, etc., right? Where they send you the ticket, your boarding pass, etc., directly onto WhatsApp. So invest in a good education focused CRM. This will help you to solve several of your challenges pertaining to lead conversion.
Okay. Why aren't like people like, so we've discussed about challenges, we discussed about how to overcome these challenges, but like why do you think like people are not investing in a good CRM right now? I would
Right.
want you to throw some light on that.
Right. So I think this is a very, very good question that you have brought across, right? As I said earlier, many a times what happens is that there is a lack of budget, right?
Okay.
Not all institutions enjoy the leeway of having big budgets to be able to spend on lead generation activities. However,
Right.
I think more important is lack of knowledge. Many a times
Okay.
do not know what is the benefit of having a good
Using a
CRM, or
CRM, right?
more importantly, how to implement a good CRM, right? How to choose a good CRM, and so on and so forth. I would say it's important to kind of equip yourself. Today, there are, and again, CRM as a concept is not a very new concept. It is over 30 years old. It's existed across various industries. Today, if you look at banking has been able to adopt technology very, very rapidly. I don't even remember the last time that I spoke to somebody in a bank. Everything is happening virtually today, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's important that you go out here, seek for the knowledge. There's a lot of trainings that you can up yourself with, a lot of webinars, and overcome this, get to talk to some experts as well. Lack of budget is the second biggest concern, due to which people fail to kind of focus in this direction. And not needed, of course, there are certain institution where I think this is more of a perception, where it is not needed. The way the speed at which our environment is changing, at the pace at which today the competition is high. Today, a
Right.
student knows everything about a college. He researches about a college for 2 hours before he comes there. He doesn't have to physically visit anywhere. One click of Google, he gets to know. One click on maybe Quora, he knows which shop is right next to the university campus. He knows, what is the distance. He knows how to travel there. A student have all sorts of information. Now, having said that, it's important for institutions to also catch the pace with technology, use advanced tools like video counseling, virtual remote counseling, mobile apps, so that you don't miss out. WhatsApp, ensuring
Right.
you engage with more reminders of SMS, email, and WhatsApp, engaging with students more frequently, right? It's important today for any institution of any scale, be it an engineering college, be it a MBA college, be it a standalone nursing college. We even have degree colleges that have opted for CRM in the last couple of years. We have nursing colleges, we have hotel management colleges. So it becomes important for you to kind of understand, evaluate where this can help you solve the problems and adapt to it. Technical reasons, of course, as I said, it could be to do with the knowledge, being able to implement it, right? I do not really have enough knowledge of how to implement a CRM, how to choose a good CRM. It could be one of that. And there are several other reasons or constraints as well, that could kind of stop you from selecting a good education focused CRM.
Right. Also, like when we did the research, like for our previous webinar, we found out that WhatsApp has an open rate of more than 98%. So like integrating WhatsApp to your CRM that you're using on a day-to-day basis makes a lot of sense right now. And also, like since we're talking about why people aren't using an education-focused CRM, I would like to take this opportunity to launch our next poll, which will be live for like a couple of minutes more. Please do
Right.
participate. And since like we also want this to be like an interactive session, so everyone, like each response of the poll like adds a lot of value to us. So I've just launched the poll. Please do participate.
Just a quick thing to add, as you go through the poll, is I do see a few questions coming up in the chat window. A humble request would be to post your questions in the Q&A window itself, because the chat will have a lot of other discussions and the questions could get missed out. You can quickly copy paste the chat from your question from the chat to the Q&A window.
All right, the poll is just on, but in the meanwhile, like we've spoken about challenges, we've spoken about what to do to overcome these challenges, and then after that we've spoken about why we should be investing in a good education focused CRM, and also we've spoken about why people aren't using an education CRM. So why don't we talk about what's the impact of a CRM on an admissions team?
Absolutely. This is I think extremely extremely high. I think one of the things that any institution should try and do, one of the requests that I have gotten is to also understand how to implement a good CRM, right? One of the things that any institution should do is break down the process. Many a times we try to think the problem in totality, and that's where everything kind of fails as well. If you break down the process of what are the different sets of areas where you have challenge, it could be digitizing application form. A simple aspect of, can a student sitting in Delhi apply to an institution in say Bangalore, whereas he completes the entire application process online, or and then proceeds to making the payment. Now, to take this one step ahead, I think one of the questions which was out there was better process for conversion, right? I think Arup sir, you have asked this question, is to bring in features like mobility and WhatsApp. Mobility, you think about how Myntra, Big Basket have made our life very, very easy. I go on the mobile app and I'm able to book my groceries every day. I don't even remember the last time I opened, the laptop to do these things. Now you don't need to anymore. With Myntra, they've completely stopped, right? This is again behavioral changes in the industry. So can you ease this process further? How can you ease a application process for a student? Can you give them a mobile app which can help them to, do this process even when they're traveling on a bus, even when they are sleeping on their bed at 12 in the night? The student just remembered I was supposed to complete my application at the university, and he starts and does that. He can take a quick picture of the documents and upload it. Coming to WhatsApp again, I have also mentioned that it's important to bring in new technologies into the CRM as you progress. If you're an institution who are already using any CRM, right, you should constantly look at what are the new features out there, what are the new tools that are coming. Can you add on a chatbot? Can you add on WhatsApp? Can you add on a live chat? What can you automate? What are the processes which are taking a lot of time from your counselors today? How can you look at automating those processes as well? These are some of the things that a powerful CRM can help you do. And adding on to that, having an education focused CRM is going to largely help you to be able to go 2 steps ahead. And I'll tell you the reason for this. CRMs are of various types. There are CRMs which are built for particular industries. However, education functions in an extremely different way. We are not selling anything. We are consulting students. We are guiding students to kind of make right choices for their career, to choose the right colleges, right? The entire thought process of the education industry is different. So it becomes critical for you to choose a education focused CRM where it also brings along the expertise or the tools or features which are very, very specific to student, colleges, admissions, and counseling or admission processes. So having number one, a CRM is important. Invest in a good CRM, invest in a good education focused CRM. Constantly try to add on, explore more features, tools, more technology, associate with a CRM which is constantly upgrading, innovating, building tools. Could be something as simple as remote counseling, virtual counseling, so that you can do a virtual tour with the student for 30 minutes. It could be something as simple as doing a payment link generation. Many a times the parents do the payment, right? The student does not have the finances. So the parents cannot log into dashboards. They might be in villages or tier 2 cities. They don't have enough knowledge to log into a virtual dashboard, or they might even have access to laptops. In these cases, sending a quick SMS or a link via SMS, which can thereby help the parent to just click 2 clicks and complete that process on the mobile. So simplicity, powerful, innovative tools focused on education or admission teams. A CRM that already does this is going to be power packed with, or be able to solve most of the challenges that you might already have. You may not even have to think about requesting for that feature, or think about brainstorming about how do you reinvent that wheel, but because that wheel would have already been invented for a different institution altogether. So I think these are the 3-4 quick points that I would want to leave you with. Invest in a powerful, good CRM, education focused CRM, and a CRM which is constantly adding on new features, new tools, new technologies out there. Lastly, focus on automating different processes, on how do you enhance this as well, to make it more and more powerful year by year as you go along.
Right. So since we've seen a lot of verticals about our CRM, can we quickly take a few questions which have come on our Q&A section, and also the chat.
I can see a lot of questions that have come in, KJ. Just to cover this point before we move to the question and answer, as we have discussed quite a lot about whether it's important. Yes, it's important to have a CRM. It will help you to kind of solve all your conversion associated. I would want to share some data also today with the audience that has been firsthand from our experience and also from the industry. As I said, CRM is a very old concept. It's nothing new. So yes, the best impact that you can have by having investing in a good CRM, because many a times admission teams ask me that I'm in a B town, I don't even get enough inquiries. I have always been doing admission. Nothing has changed for me, right? Why should I invest in a CRM? Many a times institutions or teams even today question this factor. And it's important because these are some of the data points where it can help you to decrease your spend on marketing. There was one question, I think, which has come in on, I do not know which channel to spend on. I might have a budget of 10 lakhs, right? And I might distribute that 10 lakh, 2 lakh into Facebook, 2 lakh for Google, 2 lakh for my website or organic, and so on. Now, there could be one of these source which is giving me more conversions as compared to the other. So in order to know which source is giving more, it's important to have a CRM that will tell you that how can you reduce your marketing cost, save, optimize your marketing cost, and thereby lead to more conversions as well. Second, very, very important, which we discussed as one of the prime challenges, is lead leakage.
Right.
Spending amount to generate that inquiry is not enough if I'm not calling the student at all. It's as good as a loss of the 500, 800 rupees that I've spent on, generating that inquiry, right? So decrease your, not just decrease, in many cases, CRMs have the power to completely eliminate your lead leakage if the API integrations have been done properly, if there are good supporting APIs from all of your channels and so on, completely, eliminating lead leakage and 30% increase in follow-ups, not just ensuring conversions, right? Ensuring that each follow-up is done without missing any follow-ups, and thereby leading to increase in your overall conversion. And of course, the team which spends every day making those calls, being able to decide who's important, which student should I call first, which student do I call tomorrow. I might have a pool of 1,000 students, right? But I cannot call 1,000 students in one day. I think, KJ, you yourself have experienced
Yeah,
this.
definitely.
There is huge number of calls to be made, right? So then you need to phase it out. One of the things a CRM can help you do or identify or prioritize is understanding the student responses. When did the student open the email? When did the student click on the email? According to that, you can then take the action. Now, if you're able to help your counselors with a powerful tool that will tell them, this student last night, although the student might have inquired 2 months back, right? But then he was not taking a decision then. But last night he woke up, he opened his email, he searched for the university, he opened that, went onto the website, browsed, looked at the application and so on. This 10-minute activity that the student has done is a powerful indicator to the counselor that he is now ready to take the decision.
Right.
That is the right time to call the student, engage with the student. This will help the counselors to save their time, to feel optimized towards getting more conversion, and eventually get more conversions, get more admissions, being able to enjoy that process as well, right? This becomes very, very impactful. And today the student is highly tech savvy. He uses a lot of technology. He knows about your college even before he calls you. So understanding the chat conversation, understanding what he did on the chat, what he did not, if he has had 3-4 chat conversation, what he chose on the chatbot onto the website. Automating these processes also helps to reduce the time that counselor will spend on redundant tasks. That redundant tasks like, inputting the data,
Right.
manually typing the follow-up, writing a very lengthy follow-up for that matter. Sometimes, you have to write 2 pages or maybe 2 paragraphs about what you spoke to the student. A very
Maintaining
simple
Excel sheets.
Excel sheets. The simple way of even solving that, right, is to integrate a good IVR, which can thereafter help you to call record. And that
Right.
recording is available to you. You can quickly look at the entire history of what was the conversation that I had with this student 2 weeks ago. What was the conversation I had with the student 2 months ago? If I am new, I can also see what the previous counselor spoke to the student. And just the aspect of having that at your disposal, a counselor being able to go through and then make the call, is going to be extremely powerful for an institution to reduce the time and redundancy and increase the efficiency of the team as well.
Also, like I use our CRM like for even doing my day-to-day processes, right? So there's another interesting feature that I would like to touch upon, like, and which I use on a daily basis. That's the ranking. So depending on how much the student or the lead has interacted with the kind of communication that we put out, there is a rank which is shown like just on the side of the lead. Like, so depending on how higher the rank is, I okay, so the higher the rank, yes, that's the right prospect for me to tap upon. Like, so that's how I work. So that could also be like really helpful for the admissions teams, like while using the CRM software.
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right.
So, KJ, shall we move to the questions?
Yes, we should.
Okay, excellent.
We have a lot of questions
I can see
and
we
we
have
have less time.
super exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So
Okay.
one of the first questions I would want to quickly take up is, does the CRM generate reports? How does it showcase which step of admission process is causing us to kind of lose out on admissions? I would want to quickly showcase this itself, if you can allow me, KJ. So
yeah, it's on. You can.
so a very critical point that has been noted, right? And I think this is the crux of having a powerful and good CRM, education focused CRM. So yes, every CRM has the ability to generate reports. This goes unsaid. However, what are those reports? Are those reports charged every time you request for a custom report? Is there an ability with the CRM to customize a lot of reports? What is the data? How are you looking at the data? Are there more insights that are being provided by the CRM? These are some of the critical aspects to look at. I'll quickly showcase to you some of the reports. So Extra Edge CRM comes packed with over 150 reports built for the education industry. So we already have all the data, all the structures and all the reports already part of the product. And all you need to do is go into your analytics tab and quickly look at these, right? So it gives you an overview of your entire process. To answer the second part of that question, yes, it tells you how many are in the lead stage, how many are in the application stage, how many SMS emails have been done, how many enrollments have been done. You have an option to kind of quickly filter out on multiple aspects of today, how many admissions I did, or last 90 days and so on. You can filter out on the basis of multiple sources or multiple courses and thereafter. You also have dashboards where you could look at just the performance of sources.
Different
How are my
metrics.
sources are doing, how many leads I got from Google Form, from CAT, from chatbot, from the publishers, etc. How many converted to application, right? You have over 40 dashboards which are already inbuilt into this particular CRM at Extra Edge, where this helps you to not really crack your head over what should I look at, what kind of data should I analyze, and so on and so forth. So it's important to not just have this, but also to analyze this and look at it on a regular basis and help in taking strategic decisions. A key example could be, I might be getting a lot of leads or student inquiries from a source, from an X source, but it may not be giving me huge conversions.
Right.
I might be spending a lot of time and effort because I'm getting a lot of leads and I get excited, right? But it may not be giving me conversions. So doing that analysis of which is giving you conversion source-wise can kind of help in this area.
Talking about sources and also the example that I spoke about before, right? I mean, like a student can come to like different places. Mr. Virendra has asked how to manage lead duplicacy. It's exactly
Right.
what I was talking about.
Right. I was just about to answer that question.
Yeah.
Mr. Virendra. So I was just about to type the answer out. Lead duplicacy with the CRM. CRM has an ability to cross-check every inquiry against something called as prime key factors, right? So a mobile number, an email ID are unique to every student in most cases. So a combination of these two is utilized to ensure that a lead does not duplicate. In Extra Edge CRM, we have an ability to capture 4 mobile numbers and 4 email IDs. It could be of the father, mother, guardian, the student, the alternate number as well. And if there's a new inquiry that comes in, which matches either one of these 4 mobile and email IDs in the CRM, then that lead does not get created as a new lead. Instead, it gets added, and now you can see a re-inquiry. You can also see the source of the student. It gets added that the first time the student came from website, the second time the same student has re-inquired from Facebook. This also indicates to the student that this to the counselor that the student is more important than the remaining students in your database, and then you can target them more aggressively, engage with them more aggressively, and so on and so forth. So most CRMs come with a check for duplicacy, but the elaboration of that is important. With Xtra Edge, we have made sure, because it's a huge volume, right? Students change their number frequently, their numbers are off. This is one of the other challenges. So we make sure that we evaluate this against 4 numbers and 4 emails for each of the inquiry. Yeah.
Okay. The next question, Uday Kumar Gunashekar. My institution is in a rural area. I feel the city ones have an advantage because of this. How do I overcome this with the help of a CRM?
Okay. So, sir, I think, today, as I was sharing earlier as well, right, it really doesn't matter where the institution is based out of. Many a times, the challenge is what you need to identify. What is the area of challenge? Are you suffering, or you do not have enough inquiries, or you have enough inquiries, but they're not really converting into applicants or admissions? Understanding whether you have a powerful, set of counselors who understand how to talk. I think there's also a conception that in rural areas, students do not really, need to talk to somebody. But today the world has changed. Everybody is on WhatsApp. Everybody is on Facebook. Students in any area or any city today, or any area, any region, have access to internet. So yes, within a small city also, they're looking at 5 colleges. They're comparing those 5 colleges, looking at the information. So it's good to have a good website to start with, because that's a social proof that you care about the brand, the digital appearance of the brand as well. And second thing is to engage more through things like WhatsApp, through things like Facebook as well, because the audience is still present there. And of course, certain times in marketing, there's a saying that not all channels work. So you need to experiment on the traditional aspects of advertisements as well. Go back to newspaper advertisements or regional hoardings, build the brand, focus more on word of mouth as well. And in this case, the quality of education will play a very big role.
Okay, I would like to quickly launch the third poll, and that's the last poll that we have. Please go ahead, please be interactive. We would like to know what you think. Right, and coming to our next question.
I have an interesting question that has come from an anonymous attendee out here. The question is, how do I increase the quality of admission? A very, very good question. And I think to a large extent, a good CRM will also help you to identify the cutoff. Many colleges have a cutoff. Many B schools have a cutoff where there's a particular cutoff that is, and this is a weighted score, right? You look at the students' 10th marks, you look at the students' 12th marks, the entrance exam test results. This is one way of analyzing the quality of the student. There are certain new universities who have taken a very modern approach, and they rather give more importance to skill, where the student fills out an essay or something like that, and you understand what is his strengths, his skills, and accordingly put the quality. So the quality definition could be different for each institution. Again, based on that quality, you can do a data collection from every applicant or every inquiry. What is his marks? And we at Xtra Edge have an algorithm which is inbuilt inside the product, which can help you analyze all of these 20-30 parameters. It could be his test scores, it could be his participation in international sports, in debate, whether he scored first rank, second rank, and so on. There could be 30-40 parameters like this, on the basis of which we give particular weighted score to each of the parameter on the response of the basis of the response of the student, and accordingly give you a way of filtering and pulling out inquiries or students who match the quality index that you're looking for. And then your counselors can be sensitized to kind of target those students more aggressively than the other students. So yes, you could increase the quality. Again, it will require you to have a good CRM. Configuring this is important within the CRM, having the ability to configure this complete algorithm. And we have a very, very strong consultative team who's been doing this for over 5 years, and we kind of sit with you, understand the algorithm, what is that you want to filter the quality index on, and accordingly to help you to set this up in the CRM as well, so it becomes easier. We also have an extensive training module for the counselors to kind of be able to do this. I think Arup sir, we can get in touch, and I can kind of help you to solve your problem of adopting more of the CRM itself. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Albert has asked, like, apart from the CRM features that we've discussed till now, would like to understand the backend support of Extra Edge? Would you like to comment on that?
Surely. So I think one of the unique things that we discovered about education is that the kind of industry that we are new to technology. We have not really been very aggressive as compared to other industries, right? In terms of adopting technology ourselves. And from that standpoint, the first thing that we did at Extra Edge in our first year, we have onboarded a few very vast clientele where they had branches across 40 cities. We work with somebody called Allen Coaching Institution. Allen, who has around 150 centers across India. They're in rural, they're in villages. Now, the aspect that a counselor who has never used any product in earlier except for maybe Excel and Facebook, now they have to use something very complex, right? Now, the first objective that we targeted was to keep the product very, very simple. The second objective, however, was to give a lot of training and upskilling for counselors. Today, we work with 8,000 counselors and admission officers and marketing teams, admission teams. And for me personally, I come from a training background, KJ, right? So for me, it was very, very important to have the conviction towards making the life of these counselors better, give them a very, very powerful yet simple technology which can help them be very, very successful in achieving their goals, to help them to be successful in achieving growth track or progress in their own careers. So at Extra Edge, we have 4-5 things that we do. First and foremost, our product is completely customized. We have a team of consultants that sit with you, understand your process, accordingly curate the entire CRM. We go out of our way to also do the integrations of your website and leads so that there is zero lead leakage. The second thing is training. We do the training ourselves for the counselors. We sit with the counselors. We do the complete end-to-end training. We also make sure there's a follow-up training, advanced training. We also have a certification. This is one of the flagship programs of Extra Edge, where we have a certification program for counselors where we share the best practices of the industry, how the evolution of admissions have happened, how the students have evolved, how the environment has changed, and so on and so forth. So this kind of helps the counselors to not just use the product in the best possible optimized way to increase admissions, but also to grow themselves, upskill themselves, and be able to do better, perform better day in and day out. The last thing to add is we have a success review that is done from the growth team. We do a quarterly success review with every team. Also, we ensure that the hand holding is throughout the entire year. We share insights of how it can be done in a better way, and so on and so forth. So we have multiple things that we have done to kind of ensure there's good adoption, there is good usability, and there is progress.
Okay, we just have like a couple of minutes left with us. It's almost already 4. So one question we can take up, like the last question. Okay, how do we send videos and images through the CRM? So there are like a couple of ways that you can send videos. If you have a YouTube link, or if you have the link to the direct video, you can directly send it either through video conferencing, or you can send it through email. And also images, you can design your email template the way you want, and you can send it through the CRM, which again, like the email is sent through the CRM. So you can just include it into the template of your email and you can send the email.
Okay, I think one of the quick things to add, Arup sir, I think you had multiple questions. I have answered some of the questions through the course of this discussion already, so I did not take them up separately. With respect to, I think we can connect one-on-one as well. I'll quickly share my details and how you can reach us also. And we can always have a one-on-one session. Would be more than happy to kind of answer more questions if any of you have more questions. We do have limited time on this discussion today, but super excited to kind of help admission teams to grow. And you could always go to our website and also block a 15-20 minute 30-minute session with us, where we can help you to identify and solve many of your challenges as well on a one-on-one session.
Or else you can simply like answer yes on our last poll. We will call you, definitely.
Okay. So the time has passed though, KJ.
All right. So anyways, thank you for joining us for this session today. I hope and I believe that, this has been beneficial to you. Also, you can contact us or visit our website for more insightful insights. And also, we will update you about our next webinar or next monthly webinar. We do a webinar every month. So the topics are different, but we will be updating details about our webinar on our LinkedIn page. So you can definitely go on to our LinkedIn page and have a look. So until then, goodbye. फिर मिलेंगे.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you. I think you've been an amazing audience. I would want you to kind of give me a shout out, as awesome if you loved what you heard on this session before you log off. And yes, we do have a lot of learning material onto our website as well. We have a lot of case studies. We have a lot of, best practices that we have, ebooks that we have launched as well. I think, Nikhil, if you can quickly share a link to that, so that one of the aspects of knowledge you can, kind of look at upskilling or getting more knowledge about how a CRM works, etc. right away. So signing off, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending this 1 hour with us. It was amazing. And yes, thank you, Charu. Really appreciate it. And I look forward to having more sessions.